Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out of our cell at all. And that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed. But that's not enough, because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to want to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue, and I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in radio land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Salute. Thank you for joining me this Friday, January 30th, 2026. There's a lot going on. We're going to try to get to it all. I'm going to need y'all to tap in. Who we got in the chat? Kawanda. How you doing, Kawanda? Jeff, Josh, Lori Patterson in the chat. Cyber King Mike, salute. Who else do we have in the chat? SE. I see you, SE, in the chat. Once again, it's Friday. And I thought that I was going to be talking and mumbling on the air today because I had a dentist appointment and I went into the dentist and, they did some x-rays and I guess I got a cavity in my back tooth. They say I got a cavity and it's hitting the nerve. And I may need a root canal. So this is why men don't schedule their own appointments because they get bad news like this.
I called it, Tory.
You did say it was going. What you said? Root canal?
I said it was going to be a root canal.
Okay, is that a good thing? I don't know. They said they was going to go in there and tunnel out the nerve. I guess it's. The cavity is hitting the nerve or something in there.
Yeah, it's too high up in your tooth.
And now I got to get a root canal. Is that going to hurt? What's going to happen to me? I don't know. I got to look this up. I just got the news before I came on the radio, so I got to start looking all this up.
They have had
Am I going to be off the radio for a week?
No, you won't be off for a week. You might be off for a day, though.
Okay, so is the side of my face going to swell up?
Probably.
Okay, well, they said I need a root canal.
There have been miracles in technology, Tory. It's not nearly as bad as it was like 5-10 years ago.
Maybe I could chew on a clove or something.
Yeah, cotton ball.
Something natural. Maybe there's some natural herbs out there that can kind of stop it.
Cinnamon.
Somebody hit me up in the chat.
Cinnamon's good, Tory.
Cinnamon, take some cinnamon. Look, all right, so next Tuesday, I'm going to be, before I come on the air, I may have to take that day off. They saying that, it's going to be some other stuff that need to be done, and then I may have to, after the root canal, I may need to get a cap if I want to save the tooth. Now, if I just want to go and don't want the tooth back there, I could just go and get it extracted and let it go like that.
It's in the back, right?
Yeah.
We don't see it in the smile. You're good.
Somebody said, job opened up for you, Tila. Mr. Hayes says, yeah, I had a root canal. I had a little swallowing, but it was all good by the next day. I was smooth. Everybody different, though. I had one. Yeah, take the day off, and we'll see you on Wednesday. All right, I think I'm going to put in for my day off. I think I'm going to have to put in to be off on Tuesday because I ain't never had a root canal. Do they go in your gums or what do they do? Do you even know what they do, Andrew?
I 100% know what they do. They take the tooth out, Tory. They kind of extract it from the root all the way up into your gums. So yeah, they get into your gums a little bit.
All right. Well, we got Kay on the lines. Kay, how you doing, Kay?
I'm doing good, and you, Tory?
Kay,
Sorry, I'm at work. I'm driving, so.
Kay, they trying to say I need a root canal. Should I be worried about this?
No, I've had one before.
Hold on, something happened. Kay got zapped. Man, she was about to tell me. Kay, something is going on. Hey, okay, we can hear you now, Kay.
Okay, yes. I have pulled over. I'm sorry about that. Yes, they're not going to necessarily dig inside your gums, but they are going to stick a big needle inside your gums, depending on how bad your root canal is.
Mm-hmm. So it's hitting the nerve. Are they removing the nerve, or are they filling it in? I don't know.
Yes, they're removing. They're going to go in your tooth and remove the nerve, and then they're going to fill it in and cap it if it needs to be capped. More than likely, it won't even need to be capped, depending on your root canal. Though that's what I was saying.
Okay.
And
so
then did they say that you would have to go under?
They didn't even say that. They just said I needed a root canal. What you mean put me under? Like I get some anesthesia? Like they're gonna knock me out? Oh wow.
Funny, yeah. That's why I'm like, it might not be that bad if they only saying a root canal. That means you just getting a needle then. Now, if you get put under, you're going to have. Yeah. It looks like a tranquilizer size needle. It's not like it's not like a draw blood needle. It's real thick.
Not letting nobody stick no needles in my gums, man.
It's worth it, though. I didn't have to lose my tooth. I didn't have to get my tooth pulled.
He did say something about saving the tooth for another 10 years.
Yeah, you won't have to get your tooth pulled. They're going to go inside of it. They probably put some stents in it to make it keep it strong. But, yeah, I'm still with my tooth, and I got mine done I'm 38 now. I got mine done when I was about 17, 18. I still have it, still had a cap and everything. No problems, no pain, no abscesses, no nothing with my mouth, no nothing.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take that advice. I'm gonna try to brace myself. She said it wasn't gonna be no pain. Everything was gonna be smooth. We got Drake on the line. Drake, what's going on? How you doing?
How you doing, Tory?
Blessings, Queen. They trying to say that I need the root canal or I could get the tooth pulled.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it seems. The thing is, with the root canal, they're cleaning it because you don't want to let it get infected.
Right.
So the root canal, they go in to kind of clean around it to get whatever bacteria or whatever is up there that's causing you to have the cavity.
Okay.
So, they can save it, if you want to do the root canal, but if you want to get it extracted, then they can take it out just to, solve the whole issue.
I chose to
just so you won't have no future issues.
Yeah, I chose to save the tooth. And they also mentioned something about a cap, putting a cap on it.
Yep. That'll put will save you from getting further cavities, basically.
Randy in the chat says get the gold cap.
Whatever they have to if you want to save that tooth, I say go for it. But if you want to get extracted, then by all means, just be ready to go in there and have them take it out.
All right, Drake. I appreciate you for tapping in. I'm gonna take y'all advice. I'm gonna take that. I wonder, is it a difference? So if I don't get the gold cap, it's what, a silver cap? Take the silver cap. I'm not too flashy. But if I give me a gold teeth, if I give me the gold cap, it might be worth something down the road. Kawana says, just sit and watch some root canal videos. Tory, it may scare you, but it will definitely help calm your nerves. Hey, well, I think next week, Tuesday, if I'm off the air, send up some prayers. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to get into the show, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruth.awards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Office, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Here's to a Wisconsin winter you will always remember. To playing outdoors in a winter wonderland. Here's to cozying up around the fire and holding someone close. And to staying downtown, where the food scene makes your heart sing. And to celebrating moments frozen in time. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your winter getaway at travelwisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
But it wasn't.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Right before I came in, people bombarded me with the news that Office of Wellness and Safety Adam Procell is out. He is out, and a lot of people are weighing in on this. I guess he's out due to the fact that you can't be a felon and hold that particular position after they kind of, according to state statute, I guess, you can't be a felon, a convicted felon, and hold that position. We got some audio on this if you're watching as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
It's been a difficult 24 hours, to say the least.
Adam Procell is leaving the position he held for just over 5 months, following an opinion by the city attorney's office that, per state law, a person with a felony conviction cannot hold a position of public trust. Mayor Cavalier Johnson expressing frustration with a recent move by the Common Council to make the Office of Community Wellness and Safety its own department.
To say I'm disappointed does not even begin to describe the frustration that I have.
Karen Tyler will oversee the department while the search begins for another director. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
All right, well, I'll say this. You know, he came out of the blue with this position with the mayor. Mayor handpicked him. This is a handpicked person, Adam Procell. He wasn't involved in the search. They narrowed it down to the last 3. And then nobody kind of was filling those candidates. I guess there was a press conference today where the mayor said that the one he wanted to pick kind of didn't want to take the position, so he went with Adam Procell. And now we're at this point where now they're saying that according to Article 13 of the Wisconsin Constitution, no person convicted of a felony in any court within the United States shall be eligible to hold any office of trust, profit, or honor in this state, unless pardon of the conviction. Well, Governor Evers can probably give him a pardon.
You would think, right?
You mean, I don't know. I mean, why didn't he file for a pardon? Or maybe he got to wait a certain length of time once he get off paper or something to file for the pardon. I don't know how all that works, but I did state my opinions about the hiring of this position. I just felt like that shouldn't have been the choice. But as the mayor, you would have thought that he would have looked at the statute knowing that he was a convicted murderer. You would have thought that he would have been like, okay, well, I like you for this position. Let me just check and see, can we make this happen? He just went and said, you know what? I'm just for to make this happen. I mean, don't they have, city attorneys that would, hey, I'm for to get this guy. He has a felony. By the way, it's the Office of Violence Prevention, but he committed a murder. We got a guy that didn't kill somebody at the age of 15. Is this legal? You would have thought he would have asked that question to the city attorney or somebody.
He's not asking the right questions, Tory.
And he just went with it. So now they on a press conference, and Adam Procell was crying on the news and singing the blues. I say this. Maybe he can still, he might still have a shot if he could go to Governor Evers and Governor Evers give him a pardon. Because that's in there. I'm not saying I want him to continue to be in the position, but I do see where Cavalier can go and tug on Governor Evers' coattail and say, hey, pardon this man. Let him keep his job.
So if they did that, the public perception would still be really bad.
It will be really bad. Well, I'm just saying from what I'm reading. I'm just looking at what's here. Now, I already stated my opinion on how I feel about the whole hiring process. I even talked to Adam Procell and told him to his face I didn't think that he was qualified. Okay, so but with that being said, he still had the job. He still was the person over the office. And I'm saying that if he was pardoned, he could still have the job. That's I'm gonna leave it like that. But did I think that was a good hire? Can I say hell no?
I think you just did.
Hell no. I mean, no, I didn't. And I said it already. I already put my opinion out there. I can't say I told you so. I don't want to be the person to say I told you so. But what I will say is this. We need more competent ideas leading us into the future. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that because if you have resources at your disposal, and the mayor has resources at his disposal, he could have asked the attorneys, the ones that be sitting at the common council meeting when they holding council and they had attorneys on the side that's supposed to know the laws. He could have pulled one of them to the side and say, hey, look, I'm finna make this move. Is this the right move to make according to state law? That's just these people are around him. So is the mayor even tapping into the people that's sitting around him? Why would you make a mistake like this? Now it's embarrassing. This is completely embarrassing that they on the news right now doing a press conference today talking about this when you could have just avoided all of this and looked up the statute or asked somebody that has legal representation within the city before you make this move. That's all I'm going to say. Because now the man hurt. He was going around. He didn't cash a few checks. He looking at them checks on Friday. Every second Friday was like, hey, if it don't matter if you're a felon, you can still get a good job. That's all I'm saying.
Go on the speaking tour now.
I might try to apply for it now. I might try to apply for the next round.
Hey,
I could deal with it.
I think you could.
I could deal with it.
We'd have it inside of the city hall. We'd be doing a great show.
Yeah, I'll be going live from inside City Hall for 3 hours. I could do that. I could, long as I get to keep my radio position. Because if I take the job and get off the radio, they might try to backdoor me without the people behind me. They might try to tell me, okay, since you got this position, now we gonna tell you what to do and you're gonna do what we say. But they made the exception for Adam Procell. They made the exception and hired him, and he didn't even go through the process. So they can make an exception for Tory Lowe, and I can keep my radio show and still do the job. We doing it anyway. So here we go. We can make it work. Let me know what y'all think. Should I apply? Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We are rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good, because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer.
The Milwaukee Bucks lost their fourth straight game, falling 109-99 to the Washington Wizards. The Bucks were down by 13 early in the fourth quarter and cut the lead to a pair with 90 seconds left, but couldn't get over the hump. Miles Turner after the game.
The reason we lost tonight is not makes and misses. It's the it's the bonehead errors. It's the foul and jump shooters for 20 points, whatever it was. It's offensive rebounds, it's turnovers. Like that's been our Achilles heel the past couple of games.
The Bucks, who are 18-28, have lost 8 of their last 10 games and are in 12th place in the Eastern Conference. The next game is in Boston on Sunday at 2:30. In college basketball, the Badgers host The Ohio State tomorrow at 1. Marquette heads to Seton Hall with tip-off at 1. And UWM hosts Wright State tonight at 7. This Sports of the Day brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What we doing? We out here fighting for the people. What we doing? What we doing? We out here fighting for the people. My mama worried about my life.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Truth Nation Insider GP in studio.
What it do?
Hey, how you doing, GP? Did you order all this snow?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy outside.
Apparently, I'm the snow warrior, according to Andrew, for reasons that don't include the weather. But
oh, wow.
So, no, it's crazy. We finally got rid of the extreme cold, right? And then we just get dumped with a bucket of snow. And so that's only going to make things a little bit, kind of tougher for people to navigate this weekend. So, but again, it's crazy. I don't think this was in the forecast. It's kind of just coming in waves.
That's what I'm saying. It just seems like the weather people, they said that last weekend was supposed to be the cold weekend, but it seems like this weekend is even colder and got more snow.
I feel like God got beef with Milwaukee right now. That's what it feels like.
Man,
right now.
The person that's pushing the button need to be fired.
I guess you got to holler at me.
The person that's controlling the weather need to be fired right now.
I guess you got to holler at me. I'm the man to blame, so to speak. So
they be doing cloud seeding and stuff like that.
That's a rabbit hole kind
No, it ain't no rabbit hole. It's real. It's not. No, don't rabbit hole that, because everything don't need to be a rabbit hole. That is, they do that. It's all you gotta do is look it up.
That's a real thing.
That's it.
People just pressing buttons controlling the weather.
No, it's a cloud seeding. That's what they call it. Yeah, just look it up. Get hit. They get modern technology now. They can put stuff in the air and make it rain and do all kinds of stuff.
That'll be my homework for the weekend, I guess.
They had a movie about it.
I feel like I know what movie you're talking about.
Geostorm. They had where they had the technology to control the weather and stuff like that, HAARP and all that. Like, they put it in the movie first.
Well, I think there was another movie. If I can't, correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew. There was a movie that was called The Day After Tomorrow, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, where they had this crazy blizzard one day. Then I think there was an earthquake, and then there was a tsunami, all in the span of a week or something like that. And I don't know if it was kind of man-made storm or kind of was just the world.
Well, they put it in the movie. I know when I watched the Geostorm idea, I was like, man, that's crazy. But like I said, they have HAARP. They have things that you can look up and see that they have the ability to affect the weather. They do have that. That's already out there. That's not a rabbit hole.
If the people are listening, I needed 85 degrees so I could be out somewhere on a deck.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to be outside in some shorts and some skivvies.
Yeah, let's make everything nice.
I'm telling you, it'll be here sooner than later, though.
I need to apply for that job. How do you make it sunny, 87 degrees, 80 to 90 degrees?
They must have some good benefits too. So are you crazy?
All right, what's going on in these pop culture streets?
So, obviously, 50 Cent is known to not pull any punches, and he's recently had beef with a lot of folks, save for Diddy. There was, Dame Dash. There's now Diddy's son, Sean Combs, or King Combs as he's better known. And so 50 Cent is kind of taking aim at another kind of hip-hop legend. I don't want to say it's a beef yet. It's kind of brewing. You know how you put some water on the pot and it's starting to simmer?
Here we go.
It ain't boiling yet. But basically, 50 Cent kind of stumbled upon LL Cool J's comments. He sat down on, Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. And there was a story where they kind of talked about the making of Paradise, which is one of LL Cool J's, most known records with A. Marie. And so the fact pretty much came out that 50 Cent kind of wrote the hook on it. But LL Cool J kind of came out and was like, listen, like, I didn't really need 50 Cent's kind of guidance on that.
Oh, wow.
I was my own man. You know, I was my own star. Everything else, kind of the verse and how, you know, the catchy jingle and the hook and stuff like that, that was all me. And so 50 Cent also was on $1 Million Worth of Game a long, long time ago and kind of cleared it up and just kind of said that he was happy to work with such a legend as LL Cool J.
Right. He said he liked LL Cool J. He don't have no problems with him. He said they was both being managed, or they knew the same people.
Right.
And LL Cool J was looking for records, which people don't understand. That's the music industry.
Yeah, everybody kind of steals.
All artists that stay in the top, on the top 10 charts, they have writers. They have people that help them create the art.
Yeah.
So 50 was a writer, and he helped him to make that song Paradise.
Right.
And he didn't say he wrote his lyrics. He said he wrote the hook and he came up with the beat design.
He did clarify it, but again, as we saw LL Cool J's comments kind of come to light again, and I'll let Andrew kind of cue that clip up in a second, but there pretty much was a time where LL Cool J popped up on an Apple podcast. It was mentioned in French, so I can't repeat the name necessarily verbatim, but I'll let Andrew kind of lead into his comments, and then we'll go from there.
And now, LL Cool J tells us who's the most important rapper that ever existed.
LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed.
It's him!
LL Cool J isn't waiting for anyone to do it for him. He's crowning himself as the greatest, most important rapper to ever walk the face of the earth.
Yes, LL made the claim while on Apple Music's Le Code podcast.
I'm gonna say this with humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people are gonna wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed.
And everyone agrees!
No one.
Zero people. Okay, maybe not. But LL lays out his case, and he did do a lot of things first.
This is the guy who introduced all the diamond and the ice and the champagne. This is the guy who introduces the love songs and all the love.
LL Cool J did I Need Love in 1987. It was the first hip-hop love song. He changed what rap could be.
As far as clothing becoming a thing in hip-hop, he's the guy who launched FUBU. If you're one of those people you want to say that Jay-Z or Kanye are like the greatest, they all came up in a label that he launched.
Oh.
Def Jam Records doesn't exist.
Every artist that you can name, the biggest artists, the billionaire artists were launched on the label that I launched.
And he's the first rapper to start.
Well, why he ain't a billionaire? Okay, all right, I ain't gonna do him like that.
Money don't matter.
I ain't gonna do him like that. Well, why you bring it up? Okay, what I'm saying is, LL Cool J, what I heard that he said he's one of the most important rappers.
Yes.
And he could claim that.
Anyone can claim that.
I could say because he didn't say he was the greatest when he said it.
Okay.
He said, I'm one of the most important rappers in history, right? And his beginnings spawned X, Y, and Z. So if he's just leaving it as important and people stop hearing what they want to hear, greatest, top 10, all this extra, he might be right.
Nah, I'm not
important. I'm talking about as far as importance. I didn't say nothing else. Okay. I didn't say he was on the Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
I've never heard nobody mention LL Cool J in a top 5 or 10.
Okay.
But he's basically saying, don't forget that I'm responsible for launching Def Jam and you know, opening up more pop mainstream ideas for rap.
Yes.
Due to his love songs. And I don't know nobody to this day that have beaten LL Cool J in the beef.
I mean, but that's like...
I mean, he's held his own.
That's a small badge of honor that you kind of get to wear.
I'm just saying.
I see where LL Cool J is coming from. Again, when you kind of look back to the history of Def Jam, started in the, I want to say, mid-'80s, you know, with Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons, and he basically is known as Def Jam's kind of first superstar, first artist. And there were plenty of other people that also came through the label doors, you know, after him. There was DMX, there's Jay-Z, there's Redman, there was a bunch of other people. And so I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack for saying this. He's barely in the top 5 of Def Jam artists all time.
Okay, but at the time when they needed somebody to launch that label, they put it all on LL Cool J. So what I'm saying is he creates a platform for other artists to go on and become greater than him.
I don't think
sometimes the first person don't get all of that. Like, okay, Magic Johnson, they said he was the first basketball player to sign $1 million contract, right? And you look at now, people getting $250 million contracts. The first person that that opened up the door, they got to come from humble beginnings, because it didn't exist, or it wasn't the platform wasn't as big at that time. So LL Cool J is saying, I'm important to rap because my beginnings spun what we're seeing today.
I think
the Kanye West, the Jay-Z's, and all of that.
I think when we talk about him and his influence, I think he was, again, we talked about it kind of in the back room before we came in here, but he's one of the first pretty boy rappers. When I think of LL Cool J, I think of what Drake kind of is today. He was not necessarily a street thug or kind of, but he was a fly guy, a pretty guy, people got along with, and he cared about the ladies. He didn't really want to be this hardcore thug.
Ladies love Cool J, right.
And that was what he ran his ticket upon. And so, obviously, once the music kind of side of things died down, he's a very successful artist, a couple Grammys, a couple #1 albums, and gold plaques and platinum plaques and all that
when
other stuff.
When people tried to test LL Cool J, he came out of that Ladies Love Cool J and slayed any rapper that tried to test his manhood.
He could go with the best of them for sure.
So what I'm saying is he had the Jack the Ripper. He had the I'm Bad. He had all of these songs that showed he was tough.
Yep.
But he chose to just, love the ladies. So at the end of the day, I believe LL Cool J was the first artist to show real range in hip-hop. Like, I can be this hardcore rapper. I can also be this soft teddy bear, I love you, let's make it work type rapper too.
I get it. I see where you're coming from. But again, when I think about all the other great artists that have come through Def Jam, again, Kanye West is on that label as well. Ludacris was on Def Jam South, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been one of the first artists kind of signed there. And then obviously you think about Jay-Z, who went on to obviously start his own kind of thing with Rockefeller. Or, I see where Jay-Z's coming from, but there are a lot of other people that I think paved the way further down the road. And when we talk about LL Cool J, businessman, he obviously had a fashion label as well.
He showed that you can act.
Yeah, transition into acting as well. So
I'm just saying he showed the range of what you can do with hip hop. That's all I'm saying. That don't mean he had to be the richest. That don't mean he have to be the dopest, the best person. But you take away LL Cool J, and then you may not have what we see today.
I don't know.
Because it may have came another way.
Yeah,
it may have came around another way, but right now, as it stands, it didn't come around another way. It went through LL Cool J. He was one of the people at the time that they put him in the front, and it opened up the doors for somebody to talk about women and say, I love you, until NWA came back around and kind of put it back into a street thug type sense. But LL Cool J, Father MC, all dancing, having fun. You don't see that in the music no more.
Yeah, I respect the body of work that LL Cool J has obviously put out there. But again, when I continue to think about LL Cool J, I think that, number one, I think that it always pains me when I see artists that claim their flowers before people give them to them. Like, we get a chance to fully appreciate you, obviously, in your later years. Still looking good, still out there doing, what he needs to do from a media perspective and acting and speaking to people and telling the story of his career and his life. But again, when I think about, where LL Cool J kind of started, I don't know if his influence really holds that much weight for me in the hip-hop game. It's just, I don't know. That's just a crazy take. It might be.
And the sad part about it is some of the foundational ideas of hip-hop get lost. And a lot of people don't appreciate a lot of these pillars because they didn't go out there and say, hey, I did this, I did that. They just did it, and they kept it moving. Back in the day, humbleness was not about bragging about what you did. Right. It was about being about that action. So now these artists are saying that they the greatest and they got 3 hit records. So now all of the pillars get blinded and pushed to the side because they weren't the braggadocious type ideas that you see today.
Yeah, I think when we always think about it this way, like, it's better for you to tell your story while you're still here than opposed to let somebody else kind of bend it to their own will. And so maybe we'll get to see, another interview kind of where he gets to really tell the whole totality of where Def Jam kind of went and how his big part of it, or what part he played in obviously securing other roster or other members to the roster. And where his career kind of went once he fizzled out of the music. I don't want to say fizzled out, but he started acting in movies and stuff like that. And that took him to an even greater stratosphere than the music could have ever, put him in before.
When you see rappers walking around without their shirt on and licking their lips and talking about whining and dining and stuff like that,
with
that's LL Cool J.
Yeah, you're not right. Yeah,
that's LL.
You're not wrong.
50 Cent walked around with his shirt off. 21 Questions. Ja Rule, all the songs he made walking around, that's LL Cool J.
He gave him his credit, but again, he just wanted to show a little bit more love to his legends. So we'll see if that beef develops into anything else. But
here we go.
If I know LL Cool J, he ain't standing for it. So
right. Well, now he ain't got that many more years left. He trying to let everybody know, like, hey, don't cut me out because I'm a part of history.
Yeah, we might get Mama knock you out too. Mama said knock you out too.
Hey, hopefully he don't beef with 50. I wouldn't like that.
You don't think that's going to end well for him?
All right, look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
We can do anything when it comes to being organized, when it comes to making sure that we're active, when it comes to making sure that we're holding people accountable and making sure that we get something out of the deal. Y'all don't know how to make deals. Y'all mad at Donald J. Trump because he's trying to make deals or trying to say that he's the master of the art of the deal. Well, okay, what deals is you trying to make?
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Show me sequel. How much you charge for your soul? Yeah, it's truly I know. The world is so cold. Tory Lowe. My soul ain't so. Tory Lowe. Yeah, the world is so cold.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Truth Nation insider GP Giannis. It's the talks are swirling. The deadline. Do you think something can happen by the deadline? That if it could happen, who would be the team that could give us the best return for our superstar?
I think, well, right now, basically in the headlines, they're saying that the Golden State Warriors are the team that pretty much have a package kind of ready to go. And so that package would essentially include Jimmy Butler, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and Brandon Podziemski, along with future draft picks, which would be 28, 2030, 2020, and 2032 for the Bucks. And so the Warriors are pretty much willing to leverage the entire franchise right now, obviously to pair him with Curry, who I believe Curry is 37 or 38 years old. Obviously, I don't want to say outside of his prime because he's still putting up good numbers, but we can assume within reason he will be retired within the next 5 seasons.
Right.
And so the Warriors are basically, they would be hinging the kind of the franchise on the fact that Giannis would sign a new deal in about 2 or 3 years, and they would hold on to him till he's at least 36 or 37 years old, obviously, when they re-sign him. And so that's the biggest deal or the trade package that's out there the most. I think when we talk about the teams that actually have the most compensation for him, it would probably be the Spurs, because the Spurs have a ton of young players who are, obviously ready to play, and they kind of can buy into a system. It would obviously be a complete rebuild without Giannis, but I think the Spurs could also get a package ready if they really wanted to, even though they're kind of top 4, top 5 in the East right now. Or not the East, excuse me, the West. And then there's also rumors that OKC may be willing to part with some of those first-round draft picks that they have tied up going into the 2030s.
Now, in my thoughts, I think that OKC got the best when it comes to rebuilding and all those first-round draft picks. That would be just amazing to have. The Warriors have an okay package. I think when I hear that, I'm not too excited about the players we getting, but but I think we need to get the value, and I think it'll be good for Curry. And I don't know how much the Bucks would benefit from that kind of package with the Warriors, but I know that Giannis and Curry would benefit being on the same team together. Giannis will be playing with a point guard that he knows that can put up 80 points if he wanted to. I think that would be good for Giannis and the Warriors, but will the Bucks get what we need on the back end to do a complete rebuild? And I really see that OKC has the picks that would put us in a position in the next 3 to 4 years where we competing at a high level again. If we can get those first round picks, that package from OKC,
the toughest thing
looks the best to me.
The toughest situation, or I guess scenario, kind of is OKC obviously has everything that any team out there would need in order to kind of rebuild their franchise, from the ashes. But OKC they haven't had a reason to tinker with anything that they have going on. They've drafted very well. They have a lot of homegrown superstars, essentially. They have Chet.
But they already won a chip, so they don't have to build a championship
What's one
team
when you
no
could
more.
go get 2?
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If they add Giannis to that bunch, they would be at dynasty level.
I think he throws that off. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I think he throws that off. I think they have the perfect superstar. He's efficient. He scores well. They have other guys that are playing around them that can hit shots and who are young and on cheap contracts. And that's the fun part of it for OKC. I think when we talk about the Bucks, again, it's a team that's kind of in purgatory. They have no picks that they own fully and outright until 2031, so they can't go out and go get help from the draft or any of the older or more developed players who might be in college or might be coming from overseas. And they also have, dare I say, I don't want to say this because I love every single player that is on the Bucks roster. I have complete faith in all of them, but I don't think there's anyone that commands that much on the trade market besides AJ Green, who is untouchable, I believe in my heart, along with Gary Trent, who might add some value, for a championship contending team right now, but you would have to pair him again with Giannis and hope that you could get at least 2 first-round picks back, if not, 4 or 5 second-rounders going into the next 4 or 5 seasons. So I don't know if anything equals up to the value that on the open market, at least. It's tough. I think this gets done in the offseason when everybody has a clearer picture.
So no deadline trades coming.
I think they stand pat. I think they stand firm.
Do Giannis come back and play the second half of the season?
You got to have somebody. You got to have.
That's all I'm saying. Because now, if you don't make the trade at the deadline, now you got Giannis just not playing, or
there was a rumor.
What's going on here?
There was
at this point. Does he come back, try to play a few games, or does he stay out?
There was a rumor that they did try to sell him on, I don't want to say kind of a rest year or a gap year, essentially, is what I kind of saw online, that they essentially were going to, I don't want to say play into the calf injury, but he's obviously had 2 of those this season, and so those usually lead to torn Achilles and worse injuries that take, a year, if not longer, to recover from. So there's a potential for them to shut him down, and maybe that allows them to obviously keep him healthy so he can actually be traded. Because if he gets hurt, then this just it screws up the timeline for everybody. So we're kind of all, just sitting on our hands right now waiting.
Right.
That's like the best thing that we can do as a Bucks fan. You hope that he's here, obviously going into, the spring and maybe the summer, but it seems like we're leading towards a divorce with Giannis. It's a sad
What else is going on in these pop culture streets?
So someone, Sha'Carri Richardson, so to speak, Olympic gold medalist, obviously, she got herself into some trouble recently. And so Richardson, who won an Olympic gold medal, obviously in 2024, as we talked about off air, she was booked on Thursday in Orange County, Florida, for dangerous excessive speeding, which is considered driving faster than 100 miles per hour.
Oh, wow.
And so jail records still show she's being held on a $500 bond. And so I got to see this mugshot. This mugshot is scary, for starters. She looks like, I don't know, I know you watch American Dad. You know Roger from American Dad. It's very scary mugshot. But it calls into question again. She's obviously been in trouble earlier in 2025 where she was caught on camera, beating up her boyfriend in the airport.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is she out of control? I mean, she's starting to pop up in bad situations. I don't know if this is poor decision making or is this who she is. Now, the weed thing with the Olympics where she couldn't run with the weed, with the drugs, I really thought that she probably was young. Maybe she, made a mistake. She redeemed herself. She came back, redeemed herself, but now you're seeing her and her boyfriend fighting in the airport. You seeing this where she's out here just speeding 100 miles an hour. What's going on with her? Seems like she just got back into good graces with the track community.
I think fame exposes who you really, really are, because when you are famous and people look to you to be a role model and an inspiration for the youth, and you continually get in trouble, this is exactly who you were all along. So again, like when I really think of Sha'Carri Richardson again, it kind of throws me for a loop, because if you're in the public eye this much and you can't really kind of hide and kind of get away from some of the things, we know a lot of people who do some bad stuff behind the scenes, and they continue to do it because they're under not under public scrutiny. This is someone who, again, ruined her chances basically at Olympic trials for smoking weed, which she obviously knows as an athlete you have to test out,
right?
With whether it's PEDs, whether it's drugs, or anything else that might be performance enhancing. And she's also again caught on camera berating her boyfriend. She's lucky that he didn't press charges, because she would have had a much larger issue on her hands, opposed to potentially being on the no-fly list, because they tell you the one place or one of the places that you don't really want to act up at is the airport. Because that comes with some serious penalties. But it just seems to me that she's showing her true character all along. I hope that she gets her mental right and, kind of her mind right.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like maybe there's some issues she may need to heal, because you would think in her position, where she went through adversity earlier, came back, went through, the 4x100, came back, got the gold medal, beat the Jamaicans,
Right.
Then she held her own in many individual races. That's not Olympics, that doesn't have gold medal
implications.
So what I'm saying is, why is she doing this at where I think that she have kind of just got in a space where she has become a leader and a role model for young girls in track and even young girls outside of track. I think that we all have adopted Sha'Carri Richardson just like we adopted Shador,
Yeah, that's
it's like we just got a common vibration with them that we want to see them do well.
Yeah, we want to see the young black superstars of our day do well. And again, something we have to also pay attention to, athletes don't have a very long prime, especially when it comes to track and field. Track, obviously the Olympics come around every 4 years, and so that's your one chance to really do right by the people. I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head when the next Summer Olympics is coming, but she has some time to get everything together in order to put out the best performance and kind of save her image. And so that might be her last, kind of check at it if we keep seeing her name pop up in bad situations like this.
This is a red flag.
The biggest one. But her boyfriend don't seem to mind, so he stuck around, I guess.
He's still there.
I've not heard otherwise, so.
Okay, well, thank you for the Pop Culture Report, GP.
Appreciate you.
When we come back, we're going to open up the lines, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
Another function of white supremacy, don't teach black people stuff, because if you give us a little bit of knowledge, we'll invent something totally new. That's why it was illegal to teach slaves to read, because if we could read, then we could write. And if we could write, we could communicate. And if we could communicate, we could plan. And if we could plan, we could strategize. And if we can plan and write and read and communicate and strategize, we could overthrow white supremacy, because they've always known how fragile it is.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank. Your money works here. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And we got news today. That the Office of Wellness and Safety, Office of Violence Prevention, the new appointee, Adam Procell, I guess he had to resign. He resigned, but it was definitely due to a statute. You know, this is a Wisconsin statute, Article 13 of the Wisconsin Constitution. It says no person convicted of a felony in any court within the United States shall be eligible to any office of trust, profit, or honor in this state unless pardoned of the conviction. And Mayor Cavalier Johnson appointed Adam Procell as director on August 18th of 2025. When Procell was 15 years old, he was sentenced to life in prison for a gang-related homicide. He was eventually released after serving nearly 10 years in prison. We got some audio on this if you're listening as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Not related to performance. Adam Reif, live at City Hall with more on the developments that led to this decision. Hello, Adam.
Hello there, Bill. These developments are also exposing division between the mayor's office and the Common Council about communication and other issues. The bottom line right now is Adam Procell is no longer legally eligible to hold the position of director of the Office of Community Wellness and Safety. Procell is a convicted felon. He's been open about that and talked about his rehabilitation over the years. And back when he was appointed last August, both the mayor and Procell himself said that his background in the criminal justice system would be an asset in this role. At the time, the office was a part of the Department of Administration, but the Common Council did not have input on Procell's appointment at that time. And during the budget process last fall, several alders worked to move the Office of Community Wellness and Safety out of the Department of Administration and make it its own department. Because of that, Procell was now the head of a department. And under the Wisconsin Constitution, felons cannot hold those positions. That means that he is no longer legally eligible to be the head of the department. He submitted his resignation to the mayor yesterday. It'll take effect in 2 weeks, and it is a problem for many of the people who are backing Procell and proud of the work he has done so far. Earlier this morning, we heard from him and others who are upset about this decision. Take a listen.
It's been a difficult 24 hours, to say the least. I hope I've led with grace and humility and show that, yes, those who have made mistakes, who have spent an inordinate amount of time outside of society, can contribute if given the chance. I hope my actions have proven that, and I thank the mayor, the city, for the opportunity to be a servant, and I know at the end of the day, God's going to give me another opportunity.
We are losing something here. The city of Milwaukee is losing something today. And it is losing something so great that we don't even know the damage that's going to be caused by this. Adam is irreplaceable.
Okay, well, I'll say this.
However, several alders have told me
you can cut it now. You know, I'll say this. He can work in a lower capacity. Like, he don't have to be the director. He can be in the second tier position and still do an amazing job, to me. I don't think that this is over for him because he can't be the head, but he can definitely work in there and still create. So if that's the case, or maybe, I don't know, maybe does this only pertain to the head guy, the director? Or does it pertain to anybody on the staff? Because they hire felons to work for the Office of Wellness and Safety. It's people with felonies working in that same office. So why can't he take a different position and keep working? I'm not saying that's how I feel, but if they feel that strongly about what he was doing, why don't you reduce him to a lesser capacity? Go right ahead, Andrew. I see you got something to say.
Well, I was just going to say, we've seen that happen in other places, and sometimes people who want to be managers or who are in managerial positions, and then all of a sudden it's taken from them, and sometimes it causes a lot of problems.
Okay, because then it crosses the wires.
Egos get bruised, everything else.
Well, I'll say this. He's been the director since August of, last year. And like I said, I already expressed how I felt about this hiring. If y'all pay attention to the show, y'all know what I said. I said it. I didn't bite my tongue about it. But here we are. They still gave him the position. He was already working it. And now, with this situation going on with this law in the state of Wisconsin, this Article 13 of the Wisconsin Constitution, he has to go. Now, do we have to get the money back? No. He's not going to have to give the money back.
If they wanted to go get the money, they probably could, but I bet they don't ask.
Okay, I bet you they don't ask for the money back. But what I'm saying is, why wouldn't the mayor know this when you're hiring somebody and you have legal counsel that you could have got ahead of this? But he wasn't a part of the original crew or the original applicants. He was somebody off to the side that nobody knew. He never had to answer to the public. He never had to stand there and try to give a plan of what he may do. There's no history of him ever, dealing with the violence in the community other than killing somebody. Killing somebody at 15. He was in jail. He had just recently got out. All I'm saying is everybody was questioning the hire. But he still got the position anyway. Now he's been working for what, 4 or 5 months now? 5 months? And now people are upset because now he has to resign. I say give him an opportunity to stay in the office if y'all feel that way.
Would you make him reapply?
I would definitely make him reapply. I would definitely, to get in a lower position, But I would definitely make sure that the next time you hire somebody for this position that they have the qualifications to even be in the position. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if this was an experiment. I don't know what type of hire this was. It was definitely a direct hire. But if you're going to do a direct hire, you may want to think about selecting somebody that may have repercussions on the back end, especially when it comes to violence, especially when it comes to the things that's going on in Milwaukee where homicides is up 8%. Homicides is up. I guess in the mayor's mind, hey, you killed somebody. You may know what's going on. You killed someone. Let me know how this works. What's the mind frame that you use to kill somebody? I don't know if that translates into lowering homicides. But obviously the logic there was he had the experience. I don't know. But to me, I don't like when they use somebody that made mistakes to tell somebody not to make the mistake. I think that hasn't worked. I think that has not worked. I think that we're still seeing terrible numbers. Sometimes you need to get the person that didn't go down the wrong way to tell people how to avoid it. Where I see that they'll go get somebody that had to go through it and to come and try to tell people not to do it. Well, that gives people an out to me because they say, you did it. Let's say somebody get upset with you. You did it. Why can't I do it? And next thing you know, it's not the right thing to do. I had to go to jail. I had to go through They don't care about none of that. Give me the person that was able to make the right decisions and get around all of that. Give me that person to lead my group. They always, in the black community, always try to get somebody who made the mistake of what they're trying to resolve. And to me, that has never been that don't mean that these people don't have value. That don't mean these people can't have an impact. That don't mean these people can't have any good information. But you definitely want to get the person that got the results and that's doing the work in the in the position so they can get the outcomes. If you building a house, you're not gonna go get somebody off to the side to construct your house. Now you may get the person that's off to the side to do some cheap repairs. They make it come in and fix a light fixture, or they make it come in and fix the furnace. But you're not gonna get somebody off on the side to fix your whole house, to build your whole house from scratch. You need somebody that knows what to do, and many times we don't get that person. We get the person that know how to get caught. Or know how to not do it, like from personal experience. And sometimes at the head, that's not the right choice. That's all I'm going to say about that. Sometimes you got to get the one that was able to avoid all of that to be the one to speak in the front. especially when it's bad. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's homecoming for the Milwaukee Panthers. Tune in Friday night as the Milwaukee Panthers host the Wright State Raiders at the UWM Panther Arena.
Jackson's step back three is good. See Jack buries it. Panthers got to close strong. Kone with a strong move right down Main Street.
Scott Warris has the coverage Friday starting at 6:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance. At Milwaukee College Prep, they believe in high expectations, strong character, and academic excellence starting as early as age of 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee. And the best part about it all, Milwaukee College Prep is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is the place. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to learn more. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Well, the morning for the dawn. Now the party has begun. Get your hat, put on your shoes. Tory Lowe is coming through. Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about Adam Procell, and he resigned. He wasn't fired, and he was resigning because of Article 13 of the Wisconsin Constitution that said basically he couldn't hold that position being a felon. Okay, but we got Andre on the line. Andre want to make a comment. How you doing, Andre?
How you doing today, Tory?
Blessings, brother. What's on your mind?
Hey, my thing is, I understand your perspective of where you're coming from, but a lot of times, you know, people make mistakes, and you have to, you know, pay for your mistakes. You know,
turn your radio down. Turn your radio down a little bit so we don't hear that echo. Just a little bit.
Yeah, whatever you would like to call it, but Tory, I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes people make mistakes. Right. It's just like Jonah in the belly of the fish, right? He ran from his calling. a lot of times people run from their callings in life. They make mistakes, but that's not to say that they're not meant for that position. You know what I mean? We have a president who's definitely a convicted felon, but he's running the country. So this man, like you said, he stepped down or whatnot. But I still think, and I truly believe what you said is valuable. Maybe he doesn't have to be in that seat,
right?
But him still being in that office at some point or in some
capacity.
Yeah, capacity. Thank you. I still think it would be beneficial. I really do think it would be beneficial.
I think that if he had good ideas, that don't mean that he being the director doesn't stop him from implementing what he thinks. You don't need a title to do that, first of all. And I don't believe God is in no titles. I don't believe if it's your mission, you're gonna do it regardless.
Definitely not.
Yeah, you're gonna do it regardless, you know. But what I'm saying is, if they feel that way, give him a lesser situation where he can still create. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but the thing is, and you know, but see, what we know, Tory, what we know is in those type of environments, if you don't have a certain type, some people won't even listen to you. If you don't have a title, who are you? You're less than me. They think the title means something. Mm-hmm. We know it doesn't. We know that the title means nothing. Because if God gave me some wisdom and I have some experience in a certain environment, I understand how they're thinking, I know what you're thinking, and then here's a resolution, or just try to go down this path.
Well, look, I do it every day, and I never held a title for nothing. I'm just Tory Lowe. So that's why I say, like, if he has ideas, you don't have to get rid of him completely. That's, you know, and this is why I don't even put, because we got people with all kinds of titles in our community is still going downhill many times in many areas. So let's just concentrate on the result. Let's get the result out. I'm a result-based person. So if they feel that they could have got the results out of anything that he was trying to do, that don't mean that when he resigns, they could just, okay, we don't want to deal with you no more. No, we could keep him around and still execute. It's just in a different format.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Listening to that man speak, he's definitely humble. So I know he's definitely touched by God, because what he went through, going through those experiences in our prison system, I've been through it. I know what it's like, and I know what people look at you as. But that is not for you to give up. You keep pressing, you keep pushing. Like you said, a title is just a title. But who you are and what you're meant to do in this world, that's in God's control.
Right. And that title is not going to change that.
That's right. That's right. I just wanted to call in and support you, Tory.
Hey, I appreciate
it. Yeah. I listen every day. So
thank you, Andre.
I appreciate it, man.
God bless you.
I appreciate it.
Be careful out there in that snow. You know, be careful. I don't know who's controlling the weather button, but they got a blizzard. It looked like a blizzard out there. Winky Blue.
Hey, good afternoon to you, big brother.
Blessings, brother Wink.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sitting here listening to you. It's been kind of cold for me to get out there in them elements, man. But I tell you something. You were saying that sometimes it's best to get a person that has not experienced it, didn't have to go through the penal system, and use them. Well, you know, what you basically saying is you rather take the one that didn't get caught,
right,
and get jammed up. They get caught and jammed up, so he might be a little smarter than the cat that got jammed up to say, hey, we don't do it this way, we do it that way. Because I'm going to tell you something, a whole lot of folk is felons, man. They just didn't get busted.
Right.
A whole lot of folk done did a lot of little bad stuff, from telling nickel bags to touching girls on the booty in school, to doing all kind of little devious stuff, to stealing, burglary, you know, doing things, but they didn't get caught. But you came up with a splendid idea when you said that they could demote the brother, to the gentleman, to a different locale. Now they said we're losing a very valuable person in what he has done. What has he did? Do we see anything he did? I think maybe what he did is maybe created a informant task force to get into the community. That's not crime prevention, though. You know, I guess it could be crime prevention, but I think maybe he has what has he did? Has he created an informant-based organization that's working. What has he did? I mean, did he
can only create what he's capable of doing.
Did he solve the murder?
He only can create what he's capable of doing. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so we saying he got 5 months in. What did he do? I want to know that much. Now, at the same time, you can use guys for his experience. And the one brother just called in. He's absolutely right. And then he said the brother is humble. After doing 20-some years, if you got any kind of sense, you going to humble yourself.
Right.
Because you're going to realize one thing. You here to stay, you're not going home, and you humble yourself. You play the game, you do what's to be done, you create, you get all your certificates and all of that stuff and become a preacher or whatever you want to be. And guess what? You come out, and if you're any kind of smart, you will maintain that humble position. And that brother got the humble position.
I mean, the thing is, when you talk about just being available to be in certain spots, I mean, nobody's doubting that he probably was able to go through certain tunnels and channels to get closer to the mayor to get that appointment. All I'm saying is it's not over for him. If he has anything valuable that they have seen, they got ways to keep him involved. That's all I'm saying. This is not he's gone and he's going to disappear off the planet. He's going to still be working in the capacity that he was working in where he met the mayor, where he got on the mayor's radar. So it's not like he's going to be this person that's never going to be able to operate and contribute. That's all I'm saying. So let's not think that he's not able to do that. But according to Article 13, they saying you can't do that. It's illegal. Basically, what happened was not according to Wisconsin law. It was illegal. That's why he had to resign. Let's get that out the way. He wasn't caught doing anything wrong. He wasn't bad performance, or he didn't even get a chance to even put whatever he was going to do together. So, but the reason that this is happening is because it's against the law. We got Corey on the lines. How you doing, Corey?
Peace, Tory, Lowe. This is Corey Prince down in Racine. Appreciate all the great work you do, King.
Blessings, brother Corey. I appreciate all the stuff you're doing out in Racine.
No doubt, no doubt, and throughout the state as well. That's what I'm here to speak about today. As the person that spearheaded the campaign that pushed Tony Evers to create and pass Executive Order 130, which expanded the pardon application process for thousands of people denied previously even the opportunity to apply for a pardon, right? I would like to raise the conversation around why do we keep allowing persons convicted of felony offenses, not felons, persons convicted of felony offenses, to hold positions of community trust before they've been appointed? As you stated, he was already working in the community in some shape, form, or capacity. So me, myself, as a person convicted of felony offenses, I could not continue to be in those spaces without saying I deserve to be pardoned, right? For if I'm allowed to be in these spaces as a person of trust, if I'm allowed to work to help my community, if I'm allowed to help rebuild people and be in spaces, but I'm not being forgiven by the governor, it makes no sense. And so I said that at the state capitol, I said that at my pardon hearing, and ultimately not only did I get a pardon, but I was able to compel the governor's legal team to position an executive order that expanded the pardon process. And I'm not saying whether Adam Procell as an individual deserves or doesn't deserve. What I'm saying is Mayor Cavalier Johnson and other people that held Adam Procell and people like that in high esteem should have been saying, Governor, pardon the man. Now, Article 13 doesn't even apply.
And that's what I said earlier. I said they got the connections up the ladder. They could have called him, hey, Governor Evers, we got a situation here. But obviously, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. Hey, look, when we come back, we got a call on the lines and we got some talk to text. We got some chat. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
I caught an Uber in the evening, and my show comes on. The playback is at 6. It comes on. My show comes on at 6 to 9. The driver was Somalian, and I was just, in the back seat. And so he was listening to my show. And we was talking about what was going on in Minnesota.
What was his take?
No, he liked my show. He liked it. He liked my show. He didn't know it was me, though. He didn't know that the person that was on the radio was in his back seat. So what was funny was I was listening to me and listening to how he was listening to the show. And so I asked him, I said, you like that show? And he was like, oh, yeah, I love that show.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m., live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress? Do little wiggles.
The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them: epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready-to-act.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Milwaukee Bucks lost their fourth straight game, falling 109-99 to the Washington Wizards. The Bucks were down by 13 early in the fourth quarter and cut the lead to a pair with 90 seconds left, but couldn't get over the hump. Miles Turner after the game.
The reason we lost tonight is not makes and misses. It's the it's the bonehead errors. It's the foul and jump shooters for 20 points, whatever it was. It's offensive rebounds, it's turnovers. That's been our Achilles heel the past couple of games.
The Bucks, who are 18-28, have lost 8 of their last 10 games and are in 12th place in the Eastern Conference. The next game is in Boston on Sunday at 2:30. In college basketball, the Badgers host The Ohio State tomorrow at 1. Marquette heads to Seton Hall with tip-off at 1. And UWM hosts Wright State tonight at 7. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
The leader of the pack, he be taking a plunge. Call on Tory Lowe. 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 Call on Tory Lowe.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about Adam Purcell had to resign due to Article 13 of the Wisconsin Constitution that a felony cannot be in a position of trust I would have thought that they would have probably already knew this. And this was a high-profile position, you know, of the Office in Wellness and Safety. This was one of the high-profile positions in the city that came under a lot of scrutiny for what, you know, is going on with this. So what I'm saying is this wasn't due to anything bad that he have done other than his background. And what I'm trying to drive the point is this was almost illegal hiring. Basically, once they changed the office, he became ineligible to hold the position. They reclassified the office, and now it's under different terms and conditions. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. That dude, you're on the Tory Lowe Show. How you doing?
Blessings, Tory.
Blessings, brother.
So, yeah, I want to say, you know, I listen to your show all the time, and I don't agree with you all the time, but I definitely value your opinion, and you put in the work on the front lines for your opinion to be valued.
Right.
You know, now, as far as him, I don't know Adam Purcell, and I don't support him, and I'm not against him. But as far as the topic goes, the reason that he was removed from the position is politics, and that's on the mayor. Now, this is where I agree with you. If you're going to get a man a position, then he got to go through the same process as everybody else and be vetted, and then to get a common counsel or whoever they opportunity to speak against it or, you know, make him have to speak up for why he deserved the position over somebody else. And by the mayor just putting him in without him going through the same process as everybody else, that's why the Common Council put their move down to change the position to then make it illegal. So that's all politics.
Right. Well, I'll say this. And when it's a position that's that highly controversial, the mayor should have knew, you know what I mean, certain things, you know, took legal counsel with the appointment, because this ain't no situation where when something happens in the city of Milwaukee when it comes to violence and crime, they do these press conferences, and the person over the Office of Wellness and Safety is usually the one standing front and center. So the person that you put there in that position is going to be under a lot of scrutiny. That's all I'm going to say.
Right, no, the mayor made a mistake, and this is politics, so he could have, even before all that began, went through the back channels to see how it will be received and what their response would be, instead of just trying to put a move down and think he got over on some people. Now, the other part is, now, I disagree with you in the fact that, you know, they should put somebody in that ain't never did nothing wrong, because 99% of the people in these positions ain't never been caught or had no criminal background, but they can't put themselves in the mindset of a person that's doing these kind of things to even know where to start to make a difference. All they're going to do is copy-paste what they seen somebody else do
I'm gonna give you a little
try,
pushback.
and that don't work.
I'm going to give you a little pushback. We live in massively incarcerated communities. I was considered the black sheep of my family because I went off to school. I didn't go to jail. So I know what not to do from watching them. You know what I mean? Because we got to be the ones that got to go and send the money and try to keep a canteen monies and go through the process. We've been knowing we around it all the time. You know, everybody ain't so far off from going to jail in our community. It's just a few decisions you got to make in 5 seconds that could put you in jail. Understand what I'm saying? So I would.
And I understand you completely.
Right. So
I just want to say though, even though I'm gonna say we all a lot have,
I'm talking
and
about we
a lot,
ain't got deep
again,
into. A lot of people went deeper than other people, but a lot of people I learned from my uncles and the people that was around me that got caught. I learned from them.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not saying that you got to be all the way in it to know. Right. But a lot of the people that's in those kind of positions, they not even that close at all. So they not in the right mindset. You know, I hear you on here all the time, and you like, you know, you got all these politicians, and they doing great press conferences, but they not doing great work because they not really in the trenches to know. They at a high level reading PowerPoints. They got reports about what's going on, but they not in it. Now, where I agree with you 100%, though, I just want to put this last point out there is he don't need the title. If God called on you to do that type of work, you can do that type of work at a lesser position, at no position. You don't need that. And the fact that you put your letter of resignation and all that is politics and show. You know, you didn't have to do that. They could have gave him a different position, put somebody else with no criminal record at the top, and kept it moving. You know, like your homie, the assistant said, you got a bruised ego. This ain't about your ego. This is about the vital work that you're supposed to be doing in the community, position or no position, title or no title. So that's my final point. But, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the right thing.
I agree, dude. Like, what I'm saying is, every time when I was coming up, it was always this sad don't go to jail story by somebody who went to jail for years and things like that. I've been hearing that my whole life. And it don't do nothing for me. You know, I know what it is because families, y'all act like the families that's on the outside ain't got to deal with the person that's on the inside. We know what they was doing. We know we in the house when they come in from doing certain things. That's why I say we know what's happening. The streets know what's going on. That's why I'm able to be more effective because I came from that environment and I learned from the environment and I didn't have to go to jail to learn it. So I had to deal with the after effects of families being devastated by people going to jail. So I don't see going to jail as gaining an experience to help the community. I don't see it like that. I do believe that person can gain knowledge. I do believe that person can be resourceful. I do believe that person can add value. But I'll put it like this: only black men, I'm gonna just relate it to my community. They'll put a felon over black men to tell black men what to do, but they'll never put a felon black woman over black women and tell them what to do. They wouldn't. Like, black women would never allow a woman who's a felon to run their group. Because they're educated, they'll listen to her story. That don't mean that she doesn't have value in what she's trying to do, but she's not gonna be the leader. Especially if she went to jail and had kids. You left your kids out there? No, you ain't definitely leading the group. But that don't mean she can't add value to the group. That's all I'm saying. Now, when it comes to black men, it seems like every time something happened, they want to put somebody on top of us that they made a bunch of mistakes, and then we don't see the brother who didn't make the mistakes and who got around it all the time. We just see the people that did, don't go, you don't want to go to jail. No, I don't see that. It's not valuable to me like that. I don't need to hear that story. I need to hear what to do. How do you continue to go up? And only a person that have done it, you can only go as far as the leader. And if the leader went to jail, you gonna go to jail. That's how I feel about it. And you can only go as far as the person that you put in the front. And you got to be very careful on who you allow to lead. Because if they made a mistake and something bad happened to them, 9 times out of 10, you're going to go in the same footsteps. If you like Larry Hoover, a lot of people that followed his teachings, a lot of people went to jail. If you following a person that's rich and they do stocks and they do property, you're going to have property and you're going to be doing stocks. That's it. It's simple. It's not rocket science. So I'm very cautious of the leader, because the person can only lead from what they know. And I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't have potential ideas when it comes to the leader. I want my leader to know exactly what to do. I don't need nobody trying to experiment trying to run experiments on what they trying to invent something on my time. I mean, you may know how to, get around certain ideas. I may need you to, if you came from that environment and I was around you, if I went to jail, I'm gonna get around somebody that know how to get around the environment. But if I'm out in these streets and we trying to be successful and we trying to get some results, I'm going to need to be around somebody that then got some results that could lead me the right direction instead of experimenting on me. And you not fit to experiment on me, and this is why I don't go to meetings. Because you not fit to just make up something. You gotta have some results for me to be behind it. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by Homer Blow and yours truly, Bailey Coleman, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruthAwards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Since 1976, Community Advocates has helped Milwaukee residents meet their basic needs, enabling them to live with dignity and hope. Today, Community Advocates offer 40 specialized programs that addresses rental housing challenges, energy assistance, domestic violence, substance misuse, and more. Their commitment is to ensure individuals and families have access to essential resources and opportunities for a better quality of life. If you need help, go to communityadvocates.net. That's communityadvocates.net.
When the winter chill sets in, Milwaukee turns up the wonder. From January 22nd to February 1st, 2026, Milwaukee Museum Days invites you to unlock the city's cultural treasures at special admission prices, up to 25% off many top attractions. Explore world-class art, local history, hands-on science, and one-of-a-kind Milwaukee experiences. Pair your museum visits with Milwaukee Hotel Month deals for the ultimate winter escape. Learn more at visitmilwaukee.org/museum days.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Lord brought him favor. Never met anyone that had this kind of flavor. God-fearing brother, and that is a major. So take a step back and let us do the labor, because Tory's a light in the darkness, and he stood up for the innocent. They call him a target, but you know, we got God on our side. No weapon shall prosper, no weapon shall prosper, and the street is on fire, and I need all my people.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. It starts with a spark at Milwaukee College Prep. That spark turns into something extraordinary. From age 3 to 8th grade, MCP nourishes brilliance, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of the students face economic hardship, but that doesn't define them, because MCP, every child's potential shines. With 4 campuses and 1 powerful mission, college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is free, high-performing, and open to Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll. That's Milwaukee College Prep, where Milwaukee's future begins to shine. Hey, we're having a great conversation. Salute to everybody that added to the conversation today. It's a powerful conversation we're having, something that's affecting our city. We have went through several directors of the Office of Wellness and Safety. I guess it was the Office of Violence Prevention, and then they switched the name to the Office of Wellness and Safety. And so it continues to have issues. But like I said, we're going to talk about it because when we talk about homicides, crime, these are the directors that are supposed to institute or implement ideas to try to help the community. So these are hot topic conversations, and I appreciate everybody for calling in, everybody for tapping in with the chat and the talk to text when it comes to serious situations like this. 8267 says, hi, Tory. Yes, you should fill Adam Purcell's position. I've always thought yourself and Von Mays would be well suited to fill it. Well, I'll say this, these are the things that when we talk about a community, instead of reacting to what's going on, we need to take the power and let these people know what we want. I'll say this, until we start telling them what we need and letting them know, hey, look, this what we feel is in our best interest, many times they'll do what they think, and many times it's not in our best interest. I understand what I'm saying. So a lot of people you're going to always continue to feel some type of way about whatever's going on, because many times it may not have a result. And when you are resultless, the people always stay confused because you have nothing solid to go from. You're just always in the hope state, or you're always imagining what could possibly happen, kind of like a relationship. When it starts, you got great hopes that it may work out, till you find out it wasn't that. So you move on, you keep moving on till you hopefully can find a match. But that shouldn't happen in government. These people should already have tangible outcomes that they have already been doing in these capacity, in these situations, in these titles, in their capacity, and it shouldn't be a doubt that they're able to do the job because the results are rolling in. But the funny part about it is everybody that get in these positions, we always got hope. But over in Sherwood, over in Pewaukee, over in these other towns, they not hoping like that. They wouldn't even put nobody in these positions unless they had some outcomes. You can't even be in these seats in other communities on the outskirts without having no real results. But in our community, in the black community, it's always a hope. It's always a dream. Finna, gonna, bout to. And we keep sinking further in the hole. There's some people that know what to do. They just make more money off the confusion and the brokenness in the community. And if the people that knew what to do was actually running the community and they make the community functional, a lot of people would lose money because they're making the money off the dysfunction. There's more money coming in off dysfunction than actually them putting the efforts in to get results to change it. So why would I stop the money? Why would I stop all this millions of dollars coming in due to the chaos? We getting paid from chaos, not from solutions. But that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. Let me get to this other story. Don Lemon, your boy, got arrested from the Minnesota protest at the church. I guess this is related to the Minnesota protest, and Don Lemon is now facing charges. We got audio. We got video. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, let's listen.
And to a Fox News alert, journalist Don Lemon has been arrested in connection with an anti-ICE protest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota. Bill Malusian joins us now with more on this breaking news. Hey, Bill.
Yeah, Charlie, good morning to you. Our colleague David Spunt and I getting this breaking news from multiple law enforcement sources just minutes ago, confirming that former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested by federal agents in Los Angeles just after midnight this morning. at a hotel. This obviously all in connection with that storming of a church in St. Paul, Minnesota by that group of anti-ICE agitators. Now remember, the feds had gone to judges to try to get Don Lemon arrested before. They went to a magistrate judge in Minnesota who didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him. Then it went to a judge above him. He didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him. Then it went to an appeals court. They also decided not to sign off for an arrest warrant for him. So there was experts who were predicting that perhaps the feds would go to a grand jury. It remains to be seen if that's what happened here, but we can confirm that Don Lemon was arrested in Los Angeles by federal agents just after midnight Los Angeles time at a hotel. Now, typically, standard procedure with an arrest like this is the defendant will likely make their first court appearance sometime the same day. So there's a chance we may see Don Lemon make his first court appearance in Los Angeles sometime today. But obviously, this is going to grab all sorts of headlines. 3 other protesters from that church storming, have already been arrested, including who the feds say was the organizer of that protest. The woman in the middle there is a school board member in St. Paul, and then the mugshot on the right is an online personality / agitator, if you want to call him that. He's known as the Woke Farmer. Those were the 3 people that the feds had already arrested, but we have confirmed that Don Lemon has now been arrested in Los Angeles in connection with that viral incident. We all saw the video of it that spread and drew widespread condemnation. The feds have been going after these people on FACE Act violations. So this is still breaking news. Once we get more details about the potential charges here, a court appeal.
All right, so I've been seeing things going on social media where they say, free Don Lemon and all of that, and he's a journalist, and he has the journalistic right to follow the crowd or whatever. All I'm saying is, if Don Lemon organized this protest, like, he's out of his capacity as a journalist. If he sat and organized what happened, he need to go to jail. Like, if he was in the planning and he organized and he did it, he need to go to jail. But if he was there in the capacity of a journalist and he was following, the crowd and kind of, documenting what was going on, I don't believe he should be in jail. It's two things that's going on here with Don Lemon. And now, I don't know what he's doing after he got fired from CNN, but most people will consider him a journalist. I would consider him a journalist. Now, sometimes journalists are in situations where they got to follow the crowd and get the story and figure out what's going on, and, by any means necessary, they're going to get the scoop. So if that happened, and he was arrested for that, I don't believe he should have got arrested. And I don't believe in a lot of the things that Don Lemon was talking about. He don't speak for me. He don't speak for me. As a black man in America, Don Lemon don't speak for me. But what I'm saying is, if he's operating in his journalist capacity to get the scoop, the in-depth scoop, he was in there with the crowd, then I don't believe he should have got arrested for this. This should be thrown out. But if he was there with the paperwork at the table with the pen, drawing up plans and sitting around talking and discussing, let's make this happen, and he was a part of the organized part of this, he needs to go to jail. And I told people, leave this federal stuff alone. Leave this federal stuff alone. Because if they get you, you're going to be in a whole lot. You're going to be in a whole lot. And I don't care what side you on. To me, stay back. They ain't listening. Somebody send all these people a clip of Tory Lowe saying you got to at least get 20 feet. At least be 20 feet away. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. it's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out, it helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m., live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time, I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Hey, Joe, working again? Retirement was boring, huh?
Not boring. Expensive. Food, medicine, rent. Social Security just isn't enough.
I know, and that's why I used benefitscheckup.org. It connected me to an extra $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month?
Benefitscheckup.org is a free service from the National Council on Aging.
Free? I'm going to benefitscheckup.org today.
Using gas to heat our homes can be dangerous, but we have the technology to transition to clean electric alternatives. My name is Matt Vespa. I'm a senior attorney at Earth Justice, and I'm going to court to fight for clean energy. Until safe, affordable clean energy is an option in every home, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org.
You are listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And we've been talking about Adam Purcell stepping down from his job at the Office of Wellness and Safety. We've been talking about Don Lemon being arrested in Minnesota. Even his attorney claimed that it was he was there in his journalistic capacity, but the feds say that he was violating the FACE Act. So he got the money to fight. He got enough money to fight this. You probably don't, but he got some cash. He gonna get some attorneys to try to work it out for him. Somebody in the chat said, "Free Dunn, free Dunn." EVC 2330 says, You go free him, go bail him out, because if it was left up to me, he'll be there for the rest of the year. Keep Don. Here we go. See, no matter what side you on, I'll just tell you to stand back. Get a federal agents, give them 20 feet. We got Eddie on the lines.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
How you doing, Eddie?
Good day, Tory. Lowe. Happy Friday. How you doing today, Tory?
Eddie,
the sun's coming out.
Did you bring this snowstorm in today? That when I came in, it was almost a whiteout. Almost. It was snowing that much.
Oh, what do you mean by that? White out, Tory?
No, I'm
Why
just
does
saying
it
was
be a white out, Tory?
conditions. That's what they call it.
Oh, I see.
When you're driving
right.
and you can't see in front of you.
Right, and because I'm a white guy, I control everything, and therefore the bad weather is on me. Right, Tory?
Hey, I just
is
said,
that how it is, Tory?
Why did you bring the nasty
Is that how
weather?
it is? Just because I'm a Caucasian?
I don't know. You said all of that. You the one saying all of that.
Oh, Tory, let's talk about Don Lemon.
Here we go.
Tory, as you know, I'm a straight, white, heterosexual, conservative, Republican male. And Don Lemon is an enemy to people like me, my people, straight, white, heterosexual, conservative, white males.
And I thought he was married to a white guy.
Yeah, but it's a white guy. It's not a white gal. It's not like he's dating a snow bunny, Tory. Okay,
no, he's. I think is he married to a white guy? I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Okay,
I think that's what I saw. Yeah.
Okay, we gave you the snow bunnies. It's not good enough. Now you got to go to the guys. All right, so here's what I want to say, Tory. Here's what I want to say. What Don Lemon did as a journalist was worse than January 6th.
What?
It was in line with September 11th, maybe October 7th, what the
No, this was a church. This wasn't the Capitol.
I'm a victim of Don Lemon. What he did was horrendous. It was horrible, and I'll need counseling every day for the rest of my life, Tory. That's how bad St. Paul was. He walked into that church and had a few things to say. It was horrible, Tory. It was horrible. Never again, Tory. We need to remember, never again. We can't let Don get away with this. It was horrible. In some ways, he's a terrorist.
Here we go.
What?
No, I mean,
you asked me to comment. I'm commenting.
I'm not going to push back on your comments, but I will say this: I'll give you a little, shove or something. All I'm saying is, this is not like January 6th. Let's not do that. What I'm saying,
it's worse.
What I'm saying is, if he's working as a journalist and he's following the crowd and he's getting the story, he's protected to a certain degree.
So can I ask you, do you think I'm overreacting by comparing what he did in St. Paul to what happened in Washington, D.C. on January 6th?
I don't think it's the same capacity. No, I don't.
But do you see how I just kind of manufactured the drama to meet my scenario and my narrative? You see that? You see how I did
you
that?
do it every day.
Yeah. Yeah. So January 6th, where nobody got killed, where people were manufacturing lies that were proven wrong, that the Trump protesters were killing people and using weapons. The only person who died was a Caucasian woman. She was unarmed at the hands of a black man, Tory, who just shot her right in the head. Okay,
she was coming through the window.
Listen, dude, you saw it. I
saw
it.
that
okay?
They was breaking in. What do you want them to do?
Sorry, nobody's a bigger misogynist than I am, but you just can't shoot him in the head.
I don't know. I just think that they was breaking in, and he reacted. So, hey, I don't believe that they should have been trying to break into the Capitol like that. But you got to realize his job was to protect. So he did what he knew to do, and he didn't get prosecuted for it.
So should Don Lemon have broken into the church the way they did?
Well, did Don Lemon break into the church, or was he following the crowd of people who was going into the church, and he was just taking notes and being a journalist? I don't know. That's up to the. This is up to the federal courts to decide.
Like my dad said, if everybody jumps off the bridge, are you going to jump off with them? Don Lemon is smart enough and educated enough to know what right and wrong is. Tory, his actions were horrific in St. Paul at that church. I feel uncomfortable. I haven't slept, Tory, since Don Lemon walked into that church. I haven't slept, okay? I just can't because it's so traumatic to me. Now, is that an exaggeration of the reality of what happened? Yes. And I'm doing it to make a point because all this stuff is Tory, I'm making some good points here.
Here we go.
You know, now it's even getting louder that I can't even talk over my own music. Shouldn't I be the one deciding, Tory? Shouldn't I decide how loud this music should be, Tory? I'll see you on Monday.
Oh, my goodness. See, this is where I say people, depending on what side you on, donkey gang, elephant gang, you going to exaggerate it and embellish it. You know, this is what they do. But all I'm saying is from a person that, you know, have been at protests and have seen a lot of things take place, I've seen journalists follow crowds into spaces to get the story. Now, I don't know if he was in anything more sinister or that's up for them to kind of figure that out. But they have said that, you know, he's gonna, you know, they arrested him. They may try to put some charges to face act or whatever. But what I'm saying is they're going to have to figure that out. But Don Lemon sometimes have heavy opinions and ideas, too, as well. That is anti-ICE as well. So I don't know what they was doing because I wasn't there part of that situation. But I'm sure pretty soon when they release the complaint, we'll figure it out. We'll see what they got on him or what they say he did. But once again, stand back. Stand down, stand back. And if you do go out and protest, give them 20 feet. If that's what you decide to do. EVC says, if somebody breaks into a house and you go in after them, y'all both broke into the house, so Don Lemon is guilty. Lock him up and keep him. Hey, look, I would have went into a building with a bunch of people and I knew that there was breaking in and entering and doing something like that? No, I wouldn't have. So I would have stood outside. I didn't have to be there on top of all of the action because they had camera phones and they was recording it anyway. Matter of fact, some of the protesters ain't even getting arrested. But Don Lemon and the organizers, put the picture up of the organizers, Andrew, the two black women and the white guy. Put the pictures up. These are, you know, so far it's like 3 people of color and 1 white guy that got arrested. I told you. You could be a doormat for this if you want to. But they definitely looking for pawns to sacrifice. And maybe, you know, Don Lemon, I don't know if he crossed the lines or not. I don't know. But I do know he has strong opinions that's anti-ICE. I heard those opinions. But on that day, was he a journalist or was he a part of the chaos? I don't know. I guess they're going to have to sort that all out. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. I say that I'm seeing, you got the picture up. Look at this. So it's one white guy, two black women, and Don Lemon. So that's 3 black people and 1 white person. Like, okay, go out there and be sacrificed if you want to. Because I saw the protests, and I saw who went into the church. I saw who was up in the preacher's face, and I don't see a whole line of people from the protests being arrested. But I do see 2 black women and a black male and 1 white male that was arrested from that whole incident. I don't see no Somalis that got arrested. Okay, I'm just saying. I see Renee and Alex, they're gone. They have lost their lives in the protest. I haven't seen one Somali person that was willing to lose their life on the behalf of their own people. I'm just saying, I'm just looking at it for what's happening. Hey, look, when we come back, I want to get this story out. A family of a man killed during a homeless encampment. They were sweeping the homeless encampment, and a man got steamrolled almost in a tent in Atlanta. I want to talk about that when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Locked and loaded, ready for war. About to take back the corners and grocery stores. Time to say the day I got the cap with a hole in it. Straight out the project, so you know I'm a menace. I'm to hit the block hard, non-stop till we finish. I'm the cure for the crisis, black, about that and righteous. Let's go! For the children! Here I come to save the day. No more excuses, ain't no more running.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. I want to head over to Atlanta. I guess an unhoused man, the family is screaming because an unhoused man was homeless, and they did a sweep of his encampment, and I guess he got rolled over. His tent, I guess they killed him. We got audio and video on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
That is the goal, even more so than money, they said today, Carly. Cornelius Taylor was living right here on this street in the Old Fourth Ward when that clearing happened. His family says nobody checked his tent, and he was literally crushed to death by a bulldozer. They filed this lawsuit, they said today, so that doesn't happen again. At times emotional during a Friday press conference, the family of Cornelius Taylor and their attorneys announcing a new lawsuit against the city of Atlanta.
You just say to yourself, this is absolutely wrong, and there has to be a legal remedy.
This isn't about the lawsuit. It never was about the lawsuit. This was about trying to make sure
this doesn't happen again.
Taylor, who was living in a tent here on Old Wheat Street in the Old Fourth Ward, was crushed by a bulldozer helping to clear out the encampment on January 16th. According to the lawsuit, Taylor suffered fractures to the pelvis, lacerations to vital organs, and extensive internal bleeding. He later died at the hospital. Attorneys say the city is to blame.
If someone had looked inside, had taken 10 seconds to do so, this tragedy could have been averted.
In a statement Friday, a spokesperson with the mayor's office told me, quote, the incident involving Mr. Taylor was a tragedy. However, it would be inappropriate to comment on any potential pending litigation. Typically, because of a statute known as qualified immunity, governments and their employees can't be sued. But attorneys for Taylor's family claim the act was so neglectful, they have grounds to bring forth the lawsuit.
And all you have to prove is that certain circumstances exist, and then you have to act. If A, then B. If you're going to flatten and crush the tent, you must look inside the tent.
All right, check this out. How do you run over a tent with a bulldozer and don't look inside, but you're trying to get rid of the homeless encampment over there? Nobody looks in the tent and you run the tent over. And there go that word again, qualified immunity that they said, All right, so this is what I'm saying. They don't care. Why would you even bring a bulldozer to a homeless encampment? Understand what I'm saying? If you want, why don't you just go, people, open up the tent, hey, y'all got to leave. We getting rid of everybody over here, we doing a sweep. They know what to do. It's routine. It ain't like some of these homeless people ain't been moved around before. But you coming with a bulldozer and you ran over a whole tent that you didn't even look and check to see, was there a human being inside? This is a cold world. This is a cold world. Even he can't even be homeless in peace. I've never seen somebody use a bulldozer to do this. Is this how they move the homeless people around, with a bulldozer?
I've never seen it like that, Tory.
Okay, what we finna do? We finna bring the bulldozer over to the homeless encampments and just run people over. Like, we don't care. We just need them to leave. That's wild.
Run over their stuff, too? Like, that's messed up.
I'm just saying, like, why is that the weapon of choice?
I can think of one reason.
What? I mean, let me know. How do you feel? Why is that the weapon of choice?
Well, if you're crushing all their stuff, I guess Atlanta would think, well, if they don't have any stuff, maybe they'll go somewhere else.
Or if you crush a person, they won't come back.
Yeah.
That's sinister. That's real sinister.
Cold world.
But even what's more sinister is, I want to go over to Detroit. It's a situation in Detroit we got to pay attention to. An Oakland County judge who called herself a new racist vacates her position. She vacated the judge position after they had an investigation on her. She said she was the new racist. The judge thought she was untouchable. We got audio and video on this if you're watching. Let's listen.
I can honestly say that. Okay, I'm not systemically racist. I'm a new racist.
The 7 investigators were the first to reveal the recordings that Oakland County officials say prompted Judge Kathleen Ryan's removal from her docket in August of 2024.
Black. I'm so off at this Black Lives Matter, hashtag Me Too. All this. Oh my God. I'm like, you.
On Wednesday, a judicial vacancy was posted on the State Bar website saying the former Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge was vacating her position on the bench.
Kathleen A. Ryan presiding. Good morning. You may be seated.
Ryan was a probate judge for 13 years until the Oakland County Probate Court administrator filed a complaint against her, alleging Ryan had been harassing him, calling him after hours for years, and making racist and other inappropriate comments.
I've never met anybody that enjoys hurting people and brags about it the way she does, or intimidating people, scaring people.
Hutton says his complaint was not acted on for months, so he then sent the recordings of his calls with Judge Ryan to state and county officials.
I just want to make it right, and I want the people in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trier of facts.
If you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of
Judge Ryan has been paid for the last 15 months while she was out of the courthouse, and taxpayers have been footing the bill for visiting judges to handle her docket. Now her lawyers say she is retiring and leaving the bench.
It seemed like every case she had with black people need to be overturned. That's what this seemed like. And salute to the guy who turned in the audio, because she would have still been there without him recording what she was saying. Now, it sounded like they was in some kind of relationship or something, because she was calling them late at night ranting.
Sounded like she wanted a relationship.
Or something. She was, I'm a judge, come get me. Or are you still up? Hey. And he just recorded. He probably saw that she was crazy and just started recording. And then he filed something against her because she kept calling him. Maybe he thought it started out nice, and then he found out who she really was. But salute to the man for turning her in. Because we don't need somebody like that on the bench in Detroit, in Wisconsin, nowhere. And I believe we got judges that have the same opinion right here in the state of Wisconsin. And we can name a few of them. I ain't finna go down that rabbit hole today. We didn't have judges on the show talking about their behavior when it comes to blacks, in the community. And like I said, this mind frame, thank God that the man exposed this, because think about it. He said he just wanted people to have a fair chance. Hey, I don't know. It's so much going on. I definitely, this weekend, I'm going to have to take a break, because there was a lot going on this week. And here we go. But if y'all want to, we'll take a few calls, 833-212-1017. If you want to comment or have an opinion on anything that we talked about in the show today. There was another situation that I wanted to discuss where a woman went to get a BBL. She went to get this BBL, and she ended up losing her life. But the place where she went to do the BBL didn't have any insurance. So the family is on the news upset because the husband lost his wife, and I guess they can't even get the money from the lawsuit. They was awarded, $52 million, but they can't even cash in on it. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got audio and video on this. Let's listen.
What I want my wife back.
It's been 6 years of agony for James Jordan, who now lives in Florida, after his wife Doris Jordan died after getting liposuction and a Brazilian butt lift at a cosmetic surgery clinic in Lawrenceville. That clinic, Say Bello, has since closed. According to the state, it dissolved a year after Doris's death. And just last month, a Gwinnett County judge awarded Jordan's family $52 million in damages. But according to the family's lawyer, the clinic was not insured, and James said he has nearly nothing to show for his wife's death.
We don't even get $1. So, I mean, we're suffering on both ends. We don't get compensated for her death.
So what happened? Jordan's attorney, Moses Kim, said during the procedure, the clinic ran out of anesthesia. He said things only got worse after that.
Jordan was not breathing. And when they went to see if she was getting any oxygen through the tubes in her nose, they ran the line and realized the end of the plastic tube wasn't connected to any oxygen because they didn't have any oxygen in the facility.
According to court documents, the clinic did not call 911 until 19 minutes after they realized Doris did not have a pulse and was not breathing. She died the next day. I called the doctor involved, Dr. Kanye Willis. According to the family's attorney, she reached a separate settlement with the family. And when asked about her role in the incident, I just wanted to see if you had a comment on this case and your role in it.
Not at this time.
The owner of Say Bello, according to court documents, is John Holmes. In records acquired by Atlanta News First, he used to own a place called Butts Gone Wild in the same Lawrenceville complex. We tried to reach him, but he did not pick up.
The malpractice that occurred began before the surgery ever started. This was a disaster waiting.
Wow. This is a sad story because a lot of Kanye West's mom died this way. Going to, have surgery. I mean, now, they got an award of $52 million, they said it, but some of that they can't get to. But can you imagine being a husband and you think that your wife is going to get these simple surgeries, liposuction, a Brazilian butt lift? Okay, you're going to be looking good after, I can't wait till, we get this process over with. And then all of a sudden something happens and you find out the place don't even have insurance. How do you run out of anesthesia? How do you don't have the right tools to pull it off? And then this is why you got to do your research on anybody that's going to put you in surgery and see or look at some reviews on what they do. I don't know. EVC says, stop going to Miami for butt lifts and take your crazy self to the gym. R.I.P. to that lady, though. That's sad. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the second annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We are rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles.
The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
You're just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com.
Southern Bancorp, one of the nation's oldest and largest community development financial institutions, just expanded its footprint, acquiring another CDFI, Legacy Bank and Trust. CDFIs like Southern Bancorp are crucial for many underserved urban and rural communities, filling a gap left by a lot of big banks. Darren Williams is Southern Bancorp CEO and recently spoke to Bloomberg about why he's excited about bringing Legacy Bank and Trust under his company's umbrella.
Their team and their tools and our talent combined is going to be powerful. It puts us in 5 states. It gives us an affordable housing practice, a LIHTC business that has completed business deals in 35 states. Combine that with our mortgage companies operating in about 8 or 9 states. We think this is a powerful combination.
The deal pushes Southern's total assets to nearly $5 billion. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Milwaukee Bucks lost their 4th straight game, falling 109-99 to the Washington Wizards. The Bucks were down by 13 early in the 4th quarter and cut the lead to a pair with 90 seconds left, but couldn't get over the hump. Miles Turner after the game.
The reason we lost tonight is not makes and misses. It's the it's the bonehead errors. It's the foul and jump shooters for 20 points, whatever it was. It's offensive rebounds, it's turnovers. That's been our Achilles heel the past couple of games.
The Bucks, who are 18-28, have lost 8 of their last 10 games and are in 12th place in the Eastern Conference. The next game is in Boston on Sunday at 2:30. In college basketball, the Badgers host The Ohio State tomorrow at 1. Marquette heads to Seton Hall with tip-off at 1. And UWM hosts Wright State tonight at 7. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Down in Milwaukee, they put my name on the highways. If you need me, better call me. And they say, when something going on, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something going wrong, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something going on, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something going wrong, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. Uncle Tory, where have you been at? I know you.
The award-winning 101.7 The Truth is the proud home of Milwaukee Panthers basketball. Panthers basketball is back in action tonight as the UWM celebrates homecoming against Wright State Raiders. Scott Wars has the coverage at 5:30 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. Also, a reminder, listen between 4 and 6 this afternoon, The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. He will be selecting the lucky winner for our Gruber Law Office 5K giveaway. If you qualify, this is your window. Keep it right here to find out if your name gets called again. The big draw happens today from 4 to 6 p.m. during The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. Do not miss it. Joining me as we broadcast live, we got the advocate, the author, Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, it's Friday.
Hey, we got some news today. We got some news. It was a blizzard out there, and there was a lot going on. I didn't expect this. Just like I didn't expect Just like I didn't expect the blizzard outside. But
it's Wisconsin.
They came out and said that Adam Procell has resigned due to Article 13 of the Wisconsin Constitution that a felon couldn't be in that capacity.
Boom. When I say failure, again, what did we say about this person that we call a mayor? Okay, he don't do his due diligence. All of the qualified people that he allowed to go through the whole process, and he decided to give Adam Procell, because let's remember, Adam Procell didn't sign or sign up to do this job. Okay. Our leadership of a mayor who don't do his due diligence, who everybody he done hired, he knew wasn't qualified. We said this from the jump. So who's surprised? Again, no due diligence, a history of holding an empty bag outside of him going to the bank with the real bag. I mean, all I can say, Tory, is get rid of this clown. Like, I mean, Cavalier is a clown. I mean, Bozo would be upset if he heard me calling him a clown because he really don't even resonate. Bozo do what he need to do for the circus. Cavalier, this is above and beyond egregious that he didn't check before he stepped over people who were qualified, stepped over the people who went through the processes and procedures, who took the heat from the community, so on and so forth. And then they were just automatically overlooked, and Cavalier did what he wanted to do, not even knowing about the statutes. My question is, as the mayor, you not knowing and you appointing somebody, what else don't he know?
Well, y'all, hey, like I said, you know, the Common Council, when they repositioned the Office of Wellness and Safety, I guess when they transitioned from the Office of Violence Prevention to the Office of Wellness and Safety, they had to go by these statutes, the Wisconsin Constitution, which resulted in what we've seen today.
Clearly, this person who we calling a mayor, you would have thought he knew better. When you know better, you do better. At least that's what I was told.
Right.
Clearly, he don't know better. Again, we have seen time and time again his failure. But what happens is when you have a person who don't know what the hell they doing, who was a paid individual, we know who put Cavalier where he's at. Clearly, whoever was puppeteering him didn't do their due diligence, or like we stated before, how much money has been siphoned out of this city due to this this play that was made in this criminal enterprise that we call Milwaukee County. Or the city of Milwaukee, rather, that got anything to do with the mayor and Office of Violence and Reaction.
Well,
and
I would love to see he's been in office in that capacity since August 18th.
5 months, 6 months
last year. I would love to see who he dispersed money to.
That part
in these last 5 months.
Yeah,
I mean, what organizations did he say can have X, Y, and Z? I would love to see that financial report.
Absolutely. Not only that, like, I mean, again, it just goes to show that how individuals look on paper. Like I said, the people that really do the job don't get paid, and the people that don't do nothing is the ones who getting paid. The reality of it is, like I said, when we talk about those who went through the processes and procedures, who stood before the people, who took the heat from the people with the questions, look how they've been overlooked. And then here we are again, which is probably going to be more tax dollars, to find a new individual for this incompetent mayor to overlook what the people want and do what the hell he want to do.
This is the fourth person that have taken on this position since it has been implemented. At least the fourth person that I know of. And once again, we still trying to ask, what did they do? You know, what happened? Like all this money came in over. This is not a new idea. This has been going on for a while now. And so when we talk about this organization, it's always in the media for the wrong thing.
Absolutely. Again, half crime went down. Hell to the no. Okay? To the no. It have not. Again, this mayor has, the only thing he's consistent is making all the wrong decisions. Okay? When we talk about, the individual who's over the voting election board or whatever her name was, and how her employees had said she wasn't competent, and he chose her anyway. The failures of this individual is above and beyond If your eyes not wide open and you not paying attention, he don't have a clue. He's so lost. And we know he's a puppet. He been a puppet. And this just goes to show, how is you as the mayor appoint somebody that goes against Wisconsin Constitution?
Hey, also, when we talk about housing, he stood by Willie Hine.
That part.
He stood by like a lot of things that he stood next to. It kind of failed a little bit. Failed big time. And this is like this is not the first situation where it's a lot of calamity going on from appointments.
The only thing he's consistent is in failure. Okay? Period. And point blank. Like I said, everybody has appointed. You know what I'm saying? From Ashanti on down. There were qualified people who could have got the job done. He overlooked you. You applied. You went through the channels that you needed to. Again, he not only gave you a day, he came and interviewed with you. He stated on your show, Tory, I know what you do. And then he turned around and did that. This is an individual who know what failure is and he's choosing for our city to lose because he don't want us to win. This is an agenda. He's a part of the agenda of this failure of this city. And this is another prime example of his incompetence.
Wow. Hey, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on today's show. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes. That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
I got money now.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hungry for something fresh and delicious? Get your favorites from Cousin Subs delivered straight to your door. From our freshly baked bread and hand-sliced meats and cheeses to our famous sides, crispy golden fries, Wisconsin cheese curds, or creamy mac and cheese. Every meal made to order and ready to enjoy. Ordering is quick and easy online or through the Cousins app. Whether it's a solo lunch, family dinner, or a spread for the whole crew, let us bring it straight to you, fast and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you ain't know, I get the pesos. Got a lot of brothers, some of them play bros.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, Don Lemon was also arrested with federal charges for what happened with the church in Minnesota. I would get your take on that. I can't even hear you, Elizabeth Brown. Oh, is she? Okay.
That's because I didn't say nothing. Crickets. Okay.
Okay.
That's because I didn't. Again, another distraction. Okay. He hasn't been. Again, this is a play for him to get back in position. I mean, and moving on.
Okay.
Let's talk about the snow.
Well, I did want to say that I got to get a root canal next week, Tuesday. They saying that I need a root canal. I made a dentist appointment, and I was like, okay, let me go get the routine dental appointment. They took the X-rays.
Hey,
they said I
got some stuff for you. Hey, before you even move on that, I got some information for you, so don't even do it.
Don't do the root canal.
No.
You got some stuff that'll grow the teeth back.
I got some information for you. I give it to you.
Okay. All right. No root canal. All right. I might have to.
That's that paper play. That's that paper play. Okay. No.
Okay. Yeah. Because I need something. Because I was feeling like a little sting in my back teeth.
I hear you. Need to get some clove. She wants some clove. Again, I'll be in contact.
Okay. Good.
Don't worry. Don't.
I need to do something.
Don't. I'm quite sure, but you definitely.
I didn't know. I mean, when I went in there, I'm thinking like, okay, I got.
You want relief?
Got a little sting back there.
Absolutely.
And now they trying to say I got to go down.
Of course, because again, you have good insurance, the Cadillac of insurance. So they want to tap that. However, what I'm telling you is. I'm going to give you some information, and then when you are informed, then you make the conscious decision, but it would be a no for me.
And I'm trying to save my tooth.
Again, what I'm telling you, the information I'm going to give you, you'll be able to make informed decisions, sir.
Okay, well that's what's up, then. Because I'm new to this. I mean, this is why men don't make checkup appointments. This is why. We get terrified. As soon as we come out the hospital, it got everything wrong. We just went to get, we come in there.
That's because y'all wait until all the lights come on.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like the check
engine.
Stay
in routine. I've been trying to stay in rhythm.
Hey, again, ain't no better time than the present. But again, I got you. Say less. I'm gonna get you that information so you'll know, you'll be informed, and then you can make the decision on what it is that you want to do. But trust and believe, like it's so much information out here. We have so many herbs and everything else. When I give you this information, it's definitely gonna blow your mind. Okay.
And how long
about that root canal?
How long before the relief kick in?
Immediately, if you get some cloves and chew on it.
So just okay. I'm a send me the list. I'm gonna go shopping.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just. I guess I'm sucking.
Again, that's not even a list. You take the clove. Not only that, you can chew 2 cloves every day. Not only will it kill bad breath, it also automatically, when they say quicker than Ambisol, quicker than a clove.
What?
As soon as you chew on a clove, not only do it help with your gums, not only do it help with tooth pain, it kills parasites in your gut. Okay, what? It helped cleanse your. Look here, look. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, but they can't patent it. So again, hey, I'm just saying,
we need. To
I got some stuff for you. I'm gonna plug you. I'm
Reese said, can you send me the information? Everybody they listen. See to me, I feel like I just got into making my appointments and calling and making sure that I go to the doctor, the eye doctor, the dentist every year. As soon as the first of the year come, I'm running it through. Okay, here we go. And
you ain't wrong.
Now they saying that, okay.
Just know that you have alternatives. Just know it's medical practice. Just know that you have other options. Okay, just because they tell you one thing, again, we know it's all about the almighty dollar. It's all about the prescriptions, and every prescription has side effects. One thing about them herbs, though, they don't.
It's all natural.
That part.
Well, you gonna have a lot of people chewing on cloves this weekend.
As they should. They should.
Build my enamel up.
Not only can you chew the clove, you can make a clove tea. Okay, that kills parasites, that freshens your breath, that helps purify your blood. I mean, look, I'm telling you, you have options.
Okay, I got
just
you.
make sure you're well informed before you go to make a drastic decision.
They already said, hey, do you want to put the cap on there? Do you want to have the root canal? Put the cap on there. You gonna save my tooth for like the next 10 years? They said keep it. Put it. And even in the chat, they said put the gold cap on it. Get the gold teeth.
Or do the enamel, the white enamel, because you don't want to do the silver. Again, I learned after the fact. However, you don't want to do that. That's a definite no. Matter of fact, I'd rather have it pulled before I let them do a root canal.
Well, they say cloves work, but taste like crap.
It's supposed to, because it's taking the crap out your body.
Wow. So I'm gonna have
remember everything that tastes good to you. The pineapple soda ain't got pineapple in it. The ginger ale don't have no ginger in it. I mean, when you think logically, everything they told you was a damn lie, and anything that's good for you 9 times out of 10 ain't good to you. Okay?
Josh in the chat says, I knew about the cloves, but I know everyone think if the TV don't say it, it's a conspiracy.
Hey, you can call it what you want. I live by it. Y'all see my teeth?
Okay.
Yeah.
But
it's real.
Okay, where you get the clothes from? You just go.
They in the grocery store. You can go in the grocery store. You can order them off of Amazon. They only like $3-4 for a bottle of clove. It's a herb. Our ancestors, and including, I'm gonna be an ancestor too. But they put cloves in the ham and in the pork because, again, that will bring the parasites that was inside of the meat to the top and kill them.
Okay, well.
So again, yeah.
I need that clove today.
Immediately. Again,
I'm about to chew on some cloves this weekend.
Absolutely. And if they recommend you to chew 2 cloves a day. Again, just to keep your breath fresh, just to get your gums healthy, because a lot of people walk around, gums bad.
With the halitosis.
A lot of things that they told us that you can't get enamel back on your teeth and all of that. Hogwash. The way that your body is built, everything can regenerate.
If you do the right thing.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, look, I'm gonna chew on some cloves this weekend, and if I get to Tuesday, and I'm feeling like everything that turned around, I'm about to turn it down.
Hey, watch.
So
watch it. Watch this.
All right. Well, we gonna have some results then. We got to get some results in because I already took off. I done took off for the root canal.
Hey, then you can just take a break.
Oh, wow. All right, Queen. I appreciate you for being on the front lines. I guess I'm gonna I'm gonna have a mouthful of clothes this weekend.
That part. Hey. Yeah, that part. Salute.
Right,
have a good weekend. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up after I get off work.
After you get them clothes ready.
Absolutely, I got you. Say less.
Right. I'll talk to you soon, Queen. All right,
one
salute
love,
to
King.
everybody out there in Radio Land. Salute to everybody that joined the show in the chat. Another powerful week of conversations. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, we're getting closer and closer to that breakthrough. That breakthrough is coming. When we decide to be about that action and take the community into our own hands to become a resource to make things better, that's when it's going to be powerful. I think we're getting closer to the breakthrough, like the pastor used to say. We trying to get that breakthrough. Hey, look, have a fun, safe weekend. Keep your head on a swivel. Brain don't always mean going look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Have a fun, safe weekend. I'll see you when I get back next week. Dr. Ken Harris up next.